Okay, it's been a little while since I've done a video. Some of the work I've been doing has not been really visible. There's not been a lot of visible changes. It's been a lot of sealing and just checking things, making sure everything's watertight, a lot of caulking. There was a lot of caulking on here before, but I'm hoping that by going into the camper and actually repairing what was causing the leaks in the first place, in addition to caulking, will actually help keep it watertight instead of just throwing caulking on the damage that was already there. I did install an waterproof electric cover so that there's not a hole there for the electric service to come into. And lights and all of that. I got the door on, and I did put on a new handle. It did have a handle on here with a lock, but there was no key, and there was no way to lock it from the inside. So I bought a new handle and lock, so that when I'm on the inside of the camper, I can lock it for a little bit of security. I realize this isn't, like super heavy duty. It's not a deadbolt or that sort of thing. But, that's what the gun is for. So inside, on the inside of the door frame here, I used some liquid weld epoxy, and I think it turned out pretty well. I was really happy with how it worked. It's very solid. It's very stable. It's a good hold, so I'm pretty confident, pretty comfortable with that. Put on some weather stripping along the outside here. I did have to take off the screen door when I put the new doorknob on because it doesn't line up the same way as the other door did, and you can see kind of here the other door had a square rectangular opening which didn't fit my round doorknob, so I had to make a few adjustments there. Inside, I got the cushions covered. This is the kitchen table area right now, set up like a bed. It's pretty comfortable. And I put up some curtains. I think it kind of looks like a 5-year-old's bedroom with these curtains in here. But the material was inexpensive, and I needed something to cover the windows for some privacy. So it's basically ready to go. I did the wheel bearings last weekend and worked out the kinks I was having with the trailer lights. They'd work, then they didn't work, then they weren't working properly, and then they just quit working altogether. Found out I had an issue with my vehicle. I replaced the fuses, and the vehicle power is working. Hopefully it will stay that way. If I keep blowing fuses, then that means there's something else wrong with it. But as a workaround, just to get on the road, I did buy a set of magnetic trailer lights that I will put on the back that has the turn signals, and I'll use that in the meantime while I'm figuring out what the other electrical issues are. I put in the refrigerator. It's the refrigerator that came with it, so it's just a cooler type. But it was pretty clean, so I just washed it up and put a block of ice in there a couple of hours ago, so we'll see how cold it stays. And then there's my water supply. So everything that I need to hit the road pretty much is done. It's hopefully safe, and it's private. I'll be using just a cooktop for cooking, and I've got the cooler. And when I have electricity, I've got outlets here, and I've got some lanterns and battery-operated lights for when I don't have electricity. But the idea is not to just sit around the camper anyway. The idea is just to sleep in the camper and go out and do stuff. So it's ready for a road test. So I'll let y'all know how that turns out. Thanks.